Doug, you're getting to be the nearest thing to a bass thrush that I've ever heard.
Thanks very much, Bob.
You bet.
Oh, hello, Bob.
Oh, look who's here.
Yes, Bob, it's me in the flesh. The lovely, glamorous star of Conquest and Camille, Greta Garbo.
Garbo? Una, what's the idea of coming up here and saying you're Greta Garbo?
Well, if I'd have said I was Una Merkel, who would have applauded?
Well, let's not have any misunderstanding here, ladies and gentlemen. Much as this young lady sounds like Greta Garbo and looks like Greta Garbo, she's really Una Merkel.
No, that's awfully sweet of you to say, Bob. Say, Bob. But you know, I wasn't even trying to sound like Greta just now. But I really can do a wonderful imitation of her. At least that's what all my friends tell me. And I have an Aunt Lucy in Richmond that every time I visit down there, well, there's just nothing that'll do but I must give my imitation of Greta Garbo. Would you like to hear it?
Well, I don't like hay fever, but I got it.
You Yankees have such a backhanded way of coaxing people.
Yeah, the Giants aren't doing so well either. But, how did we get on the subject of baseball?
Baseball? Oh, I love baseball. You know, I don't think there's anything prettier than a long forward pass to second base.
Could I have a second helping of that, please?
Well, don't you think that's pretty? A long forward pass to second base?
Oh, I think it's just about the prettiest thing in baseball. Except maybe when the goalie skates up in the bleachers after a long fly. Una, who makes your straitjackets?
Oh, I don't like those tailored things. I think a girl should be feminine. Don't you like a feminine girl, Bob?
Oh, sure. Much better than the bearded lady.
What's that?
Nothing. I just yawned.
Oh, Bobby. Is you Fifi?
Oh! Fifi! Una, there's nothing more exquisitely distasteful to me than baby talk.
Oh, why, Bob, I do that, too. Would you rather have Greta Garbo or baby talk?
Una, are there any other names on the ballot?
No, you've got to choose Garbo or baby.
Hibbity-bibbity-shibbity-sam, Garbo.
Wouldn't you like to do 2 out of 3?
Do the Garbo imitation.
Well, all right. Just close your eyes, Bob. Here goes.
They're closed.
Now, just picture me in a long, flowing, lacy negligee.
I got it. Go ahead.
Or would you rather picture me in a high-bodice gown with a train?
I'll take the train. When does it leave?
Now, stop your fooling, Bob. How do you prefer to picture me?
Can I open my eyes?
Surely.
I'll take you in a raincoat with a bustle.
When I do it for my Aunt Lucy, I always wear my great-grandmother Kincaid's wedding dress. She had the first waltz with General Lee at the big ball the night before.
Una, will you please do your broken-down Garbo imitation?
Oh, well, that's better. I've been waiting for you to ask me pretty. Now, just imagine Garbo all surrounded by lots and lots of people. And all of a sudden she says in that quaint Swedish accent, I think I'll go home now. I want to be by myself.
That's the Garbo imitation.
Uh-huh.
Your grandmother danced with General Lee on account of that?
Uh-huh.
I see. It's a lucky thing you didn't do the baby talk, or the Civil War would still be on.
Oh, I thank you, Bob. And speaking of the Civil War, that reminds me, where's Frank Morgan?
Don't tell me he was in that, too. What do you want with Morgan?
Well, I was talking to my editor. You know, I'm still connected with the magazine, Bob, and he wants me to write an article about Frank. I think it's sort of an expose, I imagine.
Oh, blowing the lid off Frank Morgan, eh?
No, they just want something about his operatic career.
Operatic career? Well, that big bluffer's never been near an opera house.
Well, he told me that when Madame Lucatelli made her American debut, he sang opposite her.
That's right. She sang at the Metropolitan, and he sang in a barbershop quartet across the street.
Oh, but Bob, what would Madame Lucatelli be doing in a barbershop?
Meredith, will you play something loud? Here's another of Meredith Wilson's songs you didn't expect to hear. And one reason we've chosen it is because it's a favorite of little Judy Garland, who was hurt the other day in a motor accident. But Judy's recovering fast, and we all hope she'll be back with us soon, and that she enjoys the object of my affection. Well, Meredith, I hope Judy liked it as well as we did. And now, Ted Pearson, who has a word to say about Maxwell House coffee. Ted?
Thank you, Bob. Friends, I was just talking to Doug McPhail here about hobbies. Doug tells me his favorite hobby is trout fishing and trying his skill on a big one. Is that right, Doug?
That's right, Ted.
Another thing Doug likes is a cup of Maxwell House coffee after a strenuous day on the set. Right again, Doug?
You bet. A couple of Maxwell House goes swell about them. But say, Ted.
Yeah?
A couple of weeks ago, my dad and I took a fishing trip up in the Sierras. You know, a day there sure whips up an appetite. At sundown, we built a fire, threw a couple of fish in the pan, and set a coffee pot in the coals. Boy, when that coffee sent up that aroma, wow.
Sounds like Maxwell House,
You
Doug.
bet. It's always great, but around the campfire, wow. Believe me, Maxwell House has that flavor and body a man likes.
That's right, Doug. Friends, indoors or out, afield or at home, Maxwell House is certainly a big favorite with most men because it is such grand coffee. Coffee with that smooth, mellow flavor, that rich, full-bodied goodness a man wants in his coffee cup every time. So, if I may talk to the wives for just a second or two, let me suggest that you get a pound of Maxwell House coffee tomorrow. Treat your husband and yourself to a great cup of coffee, Maxwell House, with that friendly stimulation that buoys you up and never lets you down.